Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Custom. So this video we're going to dedicate on tearing off the cloth on a premium format black cat statue from Sideshow. There's just a few things about the statue that you'll be able to see once the cloth is off, because I've done one custom before on this and I'm doing another one for somebody else. What I did is I rigged up a piece of wood here just to make life easier than worrying about the heavy base and the safe that she's on, so this way I can actually work on her. I can sculpt and I can let it dry and I can paint. It just makes life easier. So let's get set up and we'll just start cutting off the cloth so you can see how the whole statue's put together. Alright guys, we're all set up. We're going to start chopping off the cloth so you can see the bare resin underneath and how it's put together. Just to give you a word of advice, the black cat heads are actually hollow. They're not solid. So if you were to actually drill in here, you would find out that most of it is hollow. So I guess it was rotocasted. I don't know why, but like most heads that have like a solid head and then a big hair piece glued on the back or attached, those, and you can feel the weight, those are kind of solid. But for some odd reason this one's pretty hollow. So you got to be careful if you actually try to take off the paint on this and dip it in acetone, because if you have a crevice in there, the acetone gets up in there and it doesn't come out and you have to drill and let it dry and then you got to fill it in. So usually on items like this is when I know they're hollow, I'll probably just sand down and then prime up and paint over, because you just don't want to risk getting acetone throughout the whole thing. So that's just a little bit of a advice for you. But so the statue's pretty good. We're going to utilize this custom down the line, this zipper and everything, so I'm not going to chop that off. But basically what it is the body is put together and it's glued into hands in here to lock the cloth in. So you just got to kind of work all that out. So you just make sure you have yourself a nice sharp X-Acto. So as you can see, what they do is they paint the body black underneath, because when the cloth stretch, if you have white, you'll see white under there. Alright, let's get this chopped over here. So as you can start to see, this arm is attached here and this piece is kind of like glued in the back of there as well. So now, since I'm changing her into the modern version, usually what I like to do is this here is I'm going to drill all this out, rebuild the arm, and then I sculpt the fur on over there. So you want to get the cloth out of there. But because I'm going to drill it and fill it in, I'll probably drill down to about the key area, and then I'll refill in with A's and everything, so I'm not really worried about that. Alright, so I got that piece off so I can utilize this down the line with the zipper and everything. So as you can see, what they did is they did do a line there for the cleavage area for where the zipper would go. And then as we start going down, we start to see that this leg is actually casted up separately and then glued in, so you can see this big seam here. So let's flip her over. scissors for this part. So as you start pulling off the cloth, you start realizing that they really didn't fine-tune. I don't know if you could kind of see here, kind of get it in the light. It's just really messy. A lot of marks under here, a lot of marks over here, right over here. So hopefully you guys can kind of see some of this. That's good. Just kind of all over the place on it. So it's just, you can kind of see that it's just a mess. So what I got to do now is just kind of get in here with the drill, kind of start chopping all that off. But it just gives you an idea what the body's like with the cloth off. It's really good actually, because you got a nice, you know, stomach muscles here, rib cage, you know, you got belly button too. You got the muscles going over here with the, you know, hip bones and all this. You got a nice back with a nice booty shot as well. So the body's there. I mean, that's what I like about it. You know, you got the body. It's really nice detailed, but the cloth, because it's so taut, you lose all that. And it just looks like, you know, I don't know, just some kind of like, you know, flat, no detailed figure. But once you get the cloth off, it's really there and it's really nice. So that's pretty much, you know, with the cloth ripped off the Black Cat premium format, gives you an idea that, you know, if you have the statue or if you see one that's broken down the line or that's damaged, it's not a total loss, because, you know, once you clean it up and you customize it, you got a really great looking statue with a really nice body to sculpt. And that's why it's a shame that, you know, at least to me, these, you know, beautiful statues, all this money, you know, the sculpt gets hidden by cloth on the full body. If anything, I think what they would have been better is it would have been sculpted better, and then they should have did like fur here, here, and over here, and then you could still call it premium format, and you got the nice beautiful sculpt. So that's what I'm, you know, just don't like hiding all that sculpt. It's just kind of a waste to me. But that's where I'm at. So like I said, next stage is pretty much chopping all this out, fine-tuning it, getting it all nice and smooth, and then recreate the zipper and jacket line across the breast area, and then ready to go with paint. So hopefully you guys liked the video. It gives you an idea of what's hidden underneath the cloth on this specific statue. And we'll see you next time.